So let's talk about inversion. Inversion has radically transformed my life. This is what I truly believe that Jesus was teaching. Now, this may get under people's skin, but I'm going to speak from a logical circuit and the things that I'm experiencing personally. So I want you to think about something for just a moment. Think about this. Jesus was gone for 18 years. They call it the lost years of Jesus. If I disappeared for 18 years from my business, from my family, don't you think that people would ask what I did for the 18? So logically, I started to think about that. I started to really think about that. Why don't they talk about the 18 years Jesus was gone? From birth to 14, he was spitting fire in the synagogues. They didn't take him out then, but whatever knowledge he came back with after the 18 years that he was gone, it was so powerful that they crucified him. So whether you believe it happened or not, they crucified him. Whether it's an allegory sense or a physical sense, they crucified him. They crucified him on the mountain of the skull, if you translate it. He died for 3 days and he rose back up, and there was one person that could see him who had a mark on her head right here, which was Mary Magdalene, and she couldn't see him in the physical. She couldn't actually physically understand who that was, but she felt him in the energy frequency field, okay? So inversion. So as he was on the mountain of the sermon, I want you to think about this for just a moment. He started to invert everything. He said, it's no longer eye for an eye. Slap me on one cheek and I'll let you slap me on the other. If someone sues you for your shirt, give them your jacket. If someone says walk a mile with me, walk 2 with them. He was flipping the script and inverting everything. Now, most people would say, well, what do you mean by that? Like just, be weak and give everything. And no, what he's saying is all the physical stuff that they're making you jump through hoops, that you have to go into a building and prescribe and do all these vain repetitions. He's saying, let them do their things. Let them do the physical. Don't let them touch your soul. Understand that everything starts in the beginning, right now, and in the end, you'll find out it's in the beginning. He inverted everything. They were making you jump through hoops. He was showing you that you're creating the hoop. Think about that for just a moment. So what I started to do financially, spiritually, mentally, and I inverted everything. I came from the banking system. I inverted everything in banking. I started doing my finances like the bank. I started insuring my wealth when they teach you how to insure your life. I stopped judging other people and I started looking internally and worked on myself. I started to go deep into the things that they told me were illegal or killed me or were evil, and they allowed me to live. Plant medicines, they're illegal in America. I went to a country where they're legal, and I am living the best life that I've ever lived. Depression, anxiety, gone. Inversion is a process where you take all the worldly things and you start to invert them backwards back into self. There's a very powerful picture called, I think it's called the Sandra Mooney, if I'm saying that correctly. There's a picture where Jesus is holding the world in his hand. It's one of the most inspiring. My coach, Matt, taught me this, that in his left hand, there's the world, and I should go grab the picture. It's in my room. And he's pointing up, right? And what is in between the world and here? He's holding here, your heart. He said, be in the world, but not of the world. To get into God is to go from the world through your heart and look up to God, right? Invert everything. If somebody is judging you, listen, seek to understand. Do the opposite, okay? Raise your frequency. If you are struggling financially, that means that you're living worldly for money. Reverse it. If you're struggling financially, connect to the financial field that you want. Everything's inverted, guys. They're teaching you it's external when it's all internal. That's what the secret is, family. I think over 1 billion people have got access to. That's where it all started for me. But I took the secret, and now I started to magnetism and knowing. I know that I'll create $1 billion ecosystem. The reason why is because I live in that field. It's inverted. I already live in the field that it's already created. I move from faith to knowing, and each step that I take is in knowing that everything being presented to me is based on what I'm creating in here. It's inverted, guys. But what they teach you, you got to go to school, get a job. You got to get married at this age. It's all these things that are physical that you're aiming for when it's here. You create it here and you pull life to you. That's what Jesus was teaching you. It's inverted. So let's just leave it at that. Let's just use a logical circuit. Why don't they talk about the 18 years? But whatever he learned for those 18 years, he came back and he inverted the teaching, and it was so powerful that they got rid of him.